Alright, so trade for today, 5/20/2026. Ended up getting hit break even on gold. Let me just replay it to where I got hit break even. Alright, so for gold, I saw that we did have a 5 minute and a 15 minute liquidity sweep of these highs, and we ended up breaking off. Overall, gold is bearish. Well, it was bearish during the time. We had this low that was broken down here. We had this low that was broken and this low. So overall, we do have three lows that were made, and we have these highs that we're going to focus on. None of these highs were broken during the time of entry, so we're going to scale down. Well, first let's go up to the higher time frame and see what it looks like. So on the higher time frame, same thing. Let me actually just reset it. So we have overall gold in a range, but kind of a downtrend of a current downtrend. We see sells under this low that was broken. This low was broken by this low, and you can say down that wick. And we overall have the low that made the high is this high and this high. So we do have a liquidity sweep up here, right? Then we have these lows that were as well as broken, and we even have this low right here. This low came up, made the high, this high was broken. The high that made the low was here. It was broken. We never got a retest. We just got a continuation down, back down to the downside. So overall price did sell off. Now we come back to recent price action. We see that gold ends up making a new low in the market, comes up, retesting, making a lower high, higher low, and then we end up making a higher high. So this is the high that we're focusing on in the market. Let's go back down to the 15. So we have the high that overall made that we had the low made the high, and then this low made this high. So this is our major low in the market, and we can see this was yesterday during New York session. I didn't catch this trade, I actually missed it, but we have the low that made this high, and we come into New York session 6:30 Tuesday. We end up breaking right here and coming back above. The highs that we don't want broken are these two, and we end up coming back under the zone, and sells were rallied back down to this low. So now coming back into this New York session, we have a new low in the market. For new low in the market, there's obviously going to be a pullback. We come back under, we don't get a full sell-off out of session during Asia, and we come back. This high made this low, so we have a new low in the market, and we can tell from this high that price is bearish as long as we don't break it. So we never broke this high coming into New York session, and we had a pullback out of during London, back above, no highs were broken. We scaled down to the 5 minute. So now I'm on the 5 minute chart. This is what I was looking at during New York. It's kind of choppy, but if we look, we have this low and these lows stacked up right here that didn't make that ended up making the high, but this is a low we're going to focus on, and this low too. So a break out of these two lows will be entry or confirmation of the bearish trend to continue lower on the higher time frame, right? So price ends up doing that. We scale down to the 2 minute. This is where my entry was, actually on the 1 minute. So get rid of that, because this will end up being a 1 minute full support, and we have a double top and a double bottom. We end up breaking. We retest the zone. We also have this low that was broken. So we have this low, and this low that was broken by this low. We end up getting a retest. Entries come right here. My entry was a little bit early, actually. This pullback right here stops above here on the liquidity level that we swept, and we're going to be aiming for overall these lows that we were looking at previously before the session started, right? So this was the trade for today. We ended up retesting, coming back down, retesting again after making a new low, continuing back down, breaking this low for more confirmation, but the trade just didn't end up following through all the way. We did end up getting news about Iran at 10:15 about a peace treaty. Let me check the Forex Factory. So work is underway in earnest, putting the finishing touches, blah blah blah. So basically, uh, we're gonna see soon where this agreement's gonna end for Iran and the U.S. But uh, basically, this is what cooked the trade. The trade was going well, but news came out, the whole market flipped, and did get hit break even on all. Well, basically break even. Didn't take a loss, so that's also good. Follow the rules. Did go break even at a 1-to-1. So what I saw for DXY, let me just exit this. So for DXY on the 15-minute, DXY had buys above this high. And if we look continuing up to price action leading today, if we go to Tuesday, we have this high and we have a support at this high. We make a new high in the market. The high that made this low is right here. New high, we end up coming, we consolidate, but we're still bullish, and we have new highs in the market. What low made this high? This one and these, right? Coming to New York session around 8:30, we end up using this support and this low as a support to continue back above. DXY is bullish back above, but we end up not getting a break of structure above the 15-minute high, using it as liquidity and dumping down. So DXY was on bias, gold was on bias, but the trade just didn't end up following through. It had great momentum to continue higher, but we just ended up selling off. So yeah, rules were followed though. 1-to-1 risk to reward went break even. So yeah, that's for the execution for today. We'll see what tomorrow brings, Thursday and Friday, but yeah, all good. Glory to God. God bless.